And welcome back. Well, as I said earlier, we have a new club in the village, and we have two members of that club. It's called the Association of Condos or Co-ops. And from the email that I was sent, let's just call it ACC, right?
Yes.
Makes things a lot easier.
Right.
We have Carol Skydell on, and we have Edward Towle. I was going to say nice to meet you both. I've met Carol many times. Yes. But Edward, nice to meet you.
Same here.
And welcome. First of all, this is a new club. How long has it been around?
Well,
like a few weeks?
A few weeks is
okay.
Really, we
Our
got moving.
starting, yeah.
All right.
Yes, we
but we prepared it for several weeks.
We started in March thinking about
several months.
Actually, it became a marriage of two different issues.
Okay.
And that's how we started. Ed can
All right.
talk about
And
that.
Ed, you are the president
Yes.
of this club. So tell me, why was this formed and what's the purpose of the club?
Yeah. The reason we're forming it, actually I came to the village about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And we very much enjoyed whatever the facility we have and have a very nice life. And in 2008, around that time, is the time we moved in. And 2 years later we was in a committee that helped the candidates to. I was in the nomination committee, and then also we went in to help in the cost reduction committee of the third mutual ad hoc committee. And then we started to find the complexity of the systems and some of the problem as well. And then in this year, we started find and heard about the almost $90 million project the GIF started. And we found a lot of people had the concerns that their worries and concerns were not adequately addressed. So that's how we have idea what's the solution. And Carol can elaborate
Carol, what are the goals of this?
Well, the goals of the club basically is to bring the entire community together. We are co-ops, we are condos, but we are one community. And we find that the issues that are arising now have helped us bring the community together. Ed has talked about the GRF plan, the recreation master plan, which was one of the issues. The other issue was the way the GRF or directors are elected. That was our primary issue. I don't think people realize we have 12,736 units in this community, and we have 27 directors, corporate members, directors of the mutuals, where it takes a majority of 14 to elect GRF directors. They do the election. We are 12,736 units as opposed to 14. We don't have a voice. We wanted a vote so that we have a voice. We wanted to be able to talk to directors directly. So we came up with the plan. We have 11 directors. We designed 11 voting districts with essentially the same number of units in each district. And each district would then elect one director. What does that do? That gives you a direct link to the person who is going to be in charge of spending all the money.
You're talking, let me clarify.
Yes.
When you're talking about those 11 directors, you're talking about the GRF directors, not
board.
United.
No.
Okay.
There is nothing changed in that at all. The mutuals will elect their own. We felt that the responsibility of GRF is to manage and maintain the amenities. It's a huge expense. We are a community of homes with amenities, not amenities with homes. And we began to feel the primary goals here were to upgrade the amenities, yet we know that we have problems with the infrastructure in the homes. So we want to take a little bit and reverse this.
Okay, let me ask you this question, if I may. People may remember, not not long ago, you were on the third board.
That's correct.
And so they may question, well, Carol was on the third board. She didn't bring this up then, that they know of, publicly anyway. So she got the chance sitting on the board to elect GRF members. Now she's sort of going the other route. Now that she's not on the board, she wants to be able to.
No, it's
do,
a matter.
do you see my
yes,
point where people might look at that?
Of course, but the issues are the tremendous expense that is being proposed and the major activities being proposed by GRF is what began to generate the question, hey, wait a minute. We have real problems with our infrastructure. We know that. We would like to see more money spent on protecting our buildings, upgrading the plumbing where it needs, dealing with the dry rot, these kinds of things, and it's expensive. We have 50-year-old homes. Instead of looking to amenities, we think our amenities are fine. As a matter of fact, Dr. Wan Chang on third board recently did a survey that went to 3,500 people, and they did have something like 1,500 responses, which is a statistical sample and a good measure of what the community wants. People do not want increased assessments. Well, nobody would want that.
Right.
That's a given. People want to move in the direction where their homes are upgraded. You have a pot of money. You can't spend it all in one direction. We are talking about changing the direction where the money goes.
Can I inject
sure,
one
of
more
course.
thing here? Now that you mentioned about our goals, and that's part of the reason we have this goal, not just for this one issue. We have many issues.
Many issues.
Okay, for example, our long-term goal can be easily described in four aspects. Number one is we want to containment of excessive spending, not just this, but any project. Number two, we want to strengthening the financial stability of the our community. That's second. And number third is to maximize the property values that everybody owns pieces of here. Number four is we want to enhance the residents' living conditions that can apply to everybody. So it's our long-term goal.
Well, let me ask you this. If, this has been mentioned over the past 6 months by different people, different directors that have been on the show, but also in the board meetings. And many of them who've been around for quite a while have brought up the fact that over the years, whenever a new amenity was added, whether it was most recently Clubhouse 7 and then the golf building that's over there now, and then some of them go way back to when Clubhouse 3 was built. They said we went through the same issue each time, and then once these were up and running and built, people loved them. They have been used. We've seen obviously Clubhouse 7, and then over at the Village Greens how much that's been used, and people turn around and go, "Wow, yeah, I guess we did." You know, they become another amenity, a part of this community that is utilized. So
there is no question that improving amenities, ultimately, people begin to like it. But when you have, when you look at strategic planning, when you look at what the experts tell you, they say the best place for amenities, specifically gyms, in the outlying areas so that people can go to them close by. The issue of taking the gym out of Clubhouse 1 has generated, I don't know how many people came to our meeting.
Right.
Very much concerned.
We had our
about
first
that.
meeting with 150 people there, with people standing in the back of the room and people standing out in the hallway and joining as dues-paying members. A huge issue is the gym at Clubhouse 1. I mean, to build a super-duper gym when you have super-duper gyms outside, again, it's putting amenities above the needs of the residents.
Yeah, that's right.
So that becomes a real issue with many
Yeah,
people.
another one we heard a lot is the concern about the demolishment of the clubhouse too. And that generated lots of people's concern, and people want to know why, and why can we just renovate the one that's obviously
Right.
needs some plumbing and upgrades, bring
Right.
to standard.
I know some of the concerns about that. I've heard both sides. And one of them
course.
says if you renovate that building to a certain point, you now have gone past the point of no return, meaning you have all the ADA requirements that have to be retrofitted in, and the cost
Yeah.
becomes over and above what a new building would cost. But some people say, no, maybe just do a little bit to the building. And
Yeah.
I know there's both sides.
Yeah.
There's more
Well,
than two sides to this
there's
issue,
no
isn't there?
question that you need to bring things up to ADA standards. I mean,
Right.
the bathrooms in some places are really
Right.
deplorable.
See, Cam, I'm an engineer by training, and many people here have similar background. What we can do really is bring the numbers, figures, with a verifiable third-party assessment. Then we can convince everyone, don't worry, we've done our adequate study, and therefore this decision. I think that way we can all be satisfied. I think that's a
Well, it's
good
hard to
approach.
satisfy everyone,
That's
anywhere,
majority.
anywhere.
Yeah.
That is a given.
you're
That's
right.
a
That is
given. When is your next meeting? We're just about out of time, so I want to, I didn't have the date of
Okay,
your
our
next
next meeting is on August 19th.
Okay.
What we are doing is exploring with time slots to see which will bring in the most people. Our next meeting will be at 6 p.m., Clubhouse 3, Dining Room 1,
Okay.
August 19th.
August 19th. Okay.
Can we also mention about the phone number?
Oh, yes.
For contact?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, I have it on the screen
on
there.
the screen.
Yes,
Oh,
there
it's
it is,
already
right there.
That's
And-
457-103 is
Right.
me.
Yeah,
That's Carol's number.
it magically appeared. So we had it
Very
from,
good.
we
you,
had it
you
from
guys
yesterday.
got it covered.
Yes, yes,
Very
good.
yes.
We,
All right.
we thank
Ken,
you for.
thank you so much
Thank
for
you
letting
both for
us
coming
get
on.
this
You're doing
It's been a
good
pleasure.
job.
Nice to meet you, and
Same
Carol, nice
here.
to see you again.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
very
All right,
good.
folks,
Very
we'll be
good.
right back.
Thank you.